She really hates him. It's really true.
Welcome to My Wife Hates Me podcast. Excuse me, the day before Thanksgiving. And
you got a lot of notes last week on
What?
you weren't in the mic. You're too far from the mic.
who gave me notes?
I mean, if you look on Instagram, there was at least two. I swear to God, go look.
There was one.
There was two. Because somebody wrote it and somebody else went, I had the same problem. I couldn't hear Rich. He's too far from the mic. Which means if two people are writing it, then other people are also,
I would hope you meet those people and they are deaf and you
Okay, I don't want to start the way. We're already. I'm telling you, just put your mouth near the mic. Sometimes you're like this. It's fine. You go, oh, okay, sure. Not. I bet they're deaf. It's like such a bizarre way to live your life to just constantly be arguing. You're right. Do whatever you want.
No, this is good.
Let's go.
This is good.
I can't believe. I mean, this is why I don't want to do the podcast. It's insanity. It's pure fucking insanity. Go ahead.
This is good.
What is good?
I'm closer.
Okay, but what I don't get, this is exactly the whole fight we had last podcast, was why don't you just come to that conclusion? Do that away and avoid all fighting.
Without fighting, can I make a suggestion?
But please do.
All you have to do is say, bring the mic closer to you so people can hear you. Don't bring up the negative, what people
If I said that, Rich, believe me, you'd be like, it's fine. I know how to use a mic.
Try. Say, bring the mic closer. Should I bring the mic closer? Okay. See how easy that is. Anyhow, the day before Thanksgiving,
where we appreciate and love one another. It's what a wonderful time of year.
Holidays, I kind of always like Thanksgiving. That was a good one, even though as a Jew you feel like you shouldn't. It's not your holiday, but it is everybody's.
It's non-denominational. How could
I know? Is that me, Bobby Kelly? Where's my phone?
Just answer on the. Do you have a touch screen?
Hello? Yeah,
what's up?
We're doing our podcast, and I don't have my phone, but my computer was ringing, and I answered this on the computer. I don't even know. I guess my phone is upstairs or somewhere, but this is working on the computer. Isn't that weird?
God. It's like. It's like I'm living with like the 1,000-year-old man.
Do you?
I know. He's probably still intrigued by radio.
Oh, he that's all he listens to in his car. I'm like, please listen to a podcast. He'll be like stuck in traffic. Arr! I go, just listen to a podcast, or it's like, be enjoyable.
Arr!
Well, I'm not going to let. I listen.
You told your husband to be enjoyable?
First of all,
he won't acknowledge that he's anything but the sweetest, kindest, nicest, most happiest person on the planet. He's like, in his own mind, he's Santa Claus.
First of all, in the car, I listen to sports radio. Sometimes I listen to the comedy channels.
Every time I get in now, it's Fox News.
No, or Fox. I'll listen to Fox. No, but sometimes I'll listen to the.
He's getting indoctrinated. You could hear it.
No, see, I'll listen to CNN or the enemies. I'll listen to them too. I listen to everything. Okay, so don't say and try to make me look like some kind of.
Oh, here we go with the arguing.
I'm not arguing. You started.
I said I listen. This is a thing. Every time you get in the car, it's radio, it's Fox. You still arguing. You're admitting
Fox.
that it's true and still arguing.
No, I'm admitting that I listen to everything. Say when I get in a car, sometimes I'll see it's Fox or sports. How many times whatever. You listen to podcasts, I listen to
radio.
Radio, yeah. Sports talk.
When you're in the car with your family,
Yeah.
You gotta kind of listen to a neutral thing that everybody kind of likes.
Well, it's never our family because our daughter has nothing to do with us. She
Here
has her
comes
own.
the arguing.
No, I'm
Here
not
comes the
arguing.
arguing.
We do listen.
There's no there. You'll never get it. Yeah, maybe you're right on anything.
But isn't Bonnie part of your family?
Yes, Bonnie is the nucleus of the family. She's the one.
So when she's in the car, like when I'm in the car with Dawn, we listen to what she's cool with listening to.
Well, most of
I'm
the.
not gonna let her listen to like World War II documentaries on YouTube
No.
or
Is that what you listen to, Bobby?
I have been.
Why are guys obsessed with World War II?
I'm not obsessed. I have a.
Because I'm obsessed with. I think I'm old now and I like history. And World War II was like.
It's got a little bit of everything.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like the last fucking real war. Now wars are all weird and fucking. We're not doing it. We're not in it. We're doing stuff. We're being nice. I don't know. Back then it was just fucking war.
I mean, I'm going to bring this up one time, and I'm not getting into this subject, but the war in Gaza.
It was not. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
The war in Gaza. The war in Gaza. Israel has committed the least amount of casualties than any other war in history. Do you know that? The least amount. No, stop. Statistically, the least amount of casualties than any war in history. So all this other bullshit you hear, it's propaganda. It's just propaganda, and the world can't see it.
I've never used the word propaganda seriously in my life.
Did you see the internet I think it was Washington Square yesterday or the day before, New York?
Do you see the internet?
Did you see on the internet?
I did. I saw on the internet.
Three.
But even on the internet.
Do you see online? Did you see online or on the internet?
Everybody saw it online because nobody's doing anything else except for you.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying it's like.
Rich, fight through it. Fight through it.
So they showed three.
He doesn't understand.
They showed three women.
Rich.
They showed three women with their faces covered, spray painting in New York, "I love Hamas." And now when this is what I heard, when the new president comes in, if you deface a statue or any, public, you're facing jail, facing jail time.
Yeah.
Here too, right?
Here to what?
Well, I mean, there's already a law that you can't vandalize shit, but we just don't enforce it. But
Oh, that's the thing with Trump that you're like excited about?
No.
Oh, well, when Trump gets in, we're not going to be able to do any more spray painting on my, I'm American through and through. And gosh dang it, if anybody touches a spray can to a wall, I want to see them put in prison. I mean, who have you become? That's what I'm saying. Like, he's been listening to Fox News.
No.
It seeps out of his pores. He can't help it.
No, that was
When
one
this
thing.
new president comes in, we won't say his name, but he's going to take care of some of these vandals. Thank God. Thank God. Wow. Good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the fight we got to be fighting,
You see the 2-year-old on her own cross the border? Did you see that one? 2 years old.
Well, she'd already worked at Apple for a year and a half. She had some money saved.
Oh, aren't you just fucking, well, huh? Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Meanwhile, our 17-year-old can't get out of bed and go to school.
Yeah, she's fucking, she,
listen, boss.
what?
Listen, I'm on your side, but it's a lot funner on Bonnie's side. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you saw what happened last time at the Comedy Central taping.
All right, listen. You don't have to get violent.
I don't get violent.
Boss,
What?
I hear you, but all I'm saying is back to the original point is that when you're in the car with your family, your wife, you don't listen to fucking
Oh, I don't.
man shit.
I don't. Bonnie usually goes on her headphones and scrolls, and I turn the
Bonnie gets in the car and turns into a 15-year-old teenage girl.
Yes.
I mean, well, because I'm not going to listen to the news.
Well, I turn it off.
No, you'll just turn it to either sports or MSN.
No. Sometimes I'll listen to MSN or CNN and go, are they serious? Are they doing
No, but when I'm in the car, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you're not like listening to music or something. You don't,
No, I don't
You don't
listen.
turn it off.
If I'm going a long distance,
It'll be full blast when I get in the car, and then he'll just keep talking. Like he won't just immediately turn it down or anything. He'll just be like, "What?"
What?
Voss,
What?
the rule is when I get in the car, I have to put my headphones on if I will listen to stupid shit.
How do you?
Listen to what my wife wants to listen to or what everybody else.
You can't connect your headphones to the radio. You can't connect your headphones to the radio in your car.
Do you see what I'm dealing with?
No, can you? You think you can connect your headphones to the radio?
No, but we're saying don't listen to the fucking radio.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if I want to listen to something, I listen to it on my phone and give them the radio in the car. Like I'll hook if I want to listen to some stupid thing.
Like some podcast, but that's the thing. This is what
See, it doesn't matter.
he won't do a podcast.
That's not true. It's not what I'm listening to. I just do it most likely to drown out Bonnie's voice. So I just want louder noise. You know what I mean? You know what I get. You get that, right?
I do understand that. It's usually the other way around. My wife would like to drown out my voice.
Oh, my wife wants to drown me. She.
Kind of annoying.
I don't think you're right.
You sound like one of the greatest husbands out there to me.
You notice? No. Go
My
ahead.
wife isn't as funny and as entertaining as you, Bonnie.
Thank you.
My wife's kind of a dud to talk to. So,
Well, Rich doesn't find me entertaining at all.
I do.
It's very difficult to get Rich to laugh.
That's
if
not
I
true.
was in the car with Bonnie, I would just be fucking gossiping.
We do that all.
People.
We do that all the time.
All right, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What's the latest gossip between the bosses in the car?
What about comedy?
Yeah.
I'm not listening. I'm not.
What's the latest one?
Well, the latest one was me in Albany. That wasn't in the car. That was at home. In the car.
What's the problem in Albany?
Well, it was not really a problem. I mean, I just, they try to fuck with your self-esteem. Like Thursday or Wednesday, they go, ticket sales are slow. We're going to paper, which they do all the time anyhow. I mean, I discussed this with the booker, and he was not. I like talking to him. He's, I've known him for years, from years ago.
But tell what he said.
What
You don't like being there.
No, he said that I was cranky, that people said I was cranky in the dressing room. And I told him the truth. I go, yes, I was cranky. One, I was in major pain, but that's no excuse. And two, I wasn't happy the way I was, being on stage, and 20 minutes into my set, they dropped the checks. So yeah, there was a lot of things I wasn't happy about.
When you work those clubs, that's what you get.
Well,
Like if I work a Funny Bone,
that's, yeah.
I know they're gonna drop checks. I know that they're gonna pay for the room.
Yes.
They're gonna.
Oh,
I understand that. So it's like, all right, fuck it, let's just go. And
yeah. No,
who
I.
cares? It's like I know how to get through a check.
He was
wait.
told by the
Let me
booker
finish.
that the other comedians didn't want to be in the green
No,
room
but
with
let me
him.
finish. I know that too. I know exactly that. But don't email me 2 days before and go, ticket sales are slow, and try to, because people wait till Thursday or Friday to get their free tickets. Yeah, I know that the room's going to be paid. And let me tell you, the crowds were great. On stage, it was a blast, even with the check spot. I'm serious. They were great. I did my 5th album.
You put a picture up there.
Yeah.
So the whole place was packed.
I know. I did my 5th album in Albany. I really liked the club. So don't get me wrong. And it's just a state of comedy now. So, yeah, there were things that were, that I wasn't happy about, and it's my fault for bringing that with me.
Isn't it like a 400-seat room?
Well, I had about.
Hang on one second.
Oh, what?
I think the point is that.
DeRosa, you're on with Rick
Oh.
and Bonnie on their podcast.
Can people hear them from?
Yes.
Ever,
Well, listen,
is it ever just a conversation? Everything's, you're on the podcast, we're recording.
Look at you don't want to talk without it being recorded. Sometimes
Yes.
you and I have had conversations on the phone where you're like, "Are you writing this down?"
Yeah, and also too, I'm sure you, Joe. I'm sure you called.
That's only when we're sexting.
First of all, Joe, the only reason,
Sexting with Joe sounds horrific.
you know what a perfect couple DeRosa and Bonnie would have been?
oh, they could both go.
I think that would have been a perfect couple with Rich.
I think
Yes.
so too.
Joe, the only reason you're upset that we're doing a podcast because you don't have Sal's permission to do this, but I think he won't mind in the long run. You know what I mean? If you throw him a sandwich with extra turkey, he'll be happy.
Oh, God. Went into a joke.
I'm sorry. I was just here.
Listen,
Joe, your name just came up somewhere, and I was.
well, I brought Joe into it because we were talking about low ticket sales. I thought Joe could have some conversation.
Okay, Joe's probably experienced this situation before. Joe, here's the situation. Rich goes to a club. Things are not ideal, but they do get a lot of people in the club. But the booker tells Rich, "You weren't happy here. The comedians didn't want to be in the green room with you.
Good.
And you were cranky." And now Rich is defending that.
No, I said I was. I said I was cranky. I said there were reasons.
My favorite thing Rich has been doing, which I've noticed, is he'll take a picture of a very concentrated area of the room.
I said,
Like 7 people that are trying
First-
to get a drink.
first of all, that's the first time I think that's the first time I ever did that.
From the third row to the stage.
I said that last night on
Just feet, so it's like
I said that on a TV show last night that now since my specials on Amazon, I bring my own curtain to shows, but now I moved it back to the 4th row instead of the 2nd row. You know, hey, look,
So Rich.
What?
Rich, you were. I understand everything Bobby said, obviously, but like, I don't understand the one part. What do you mean the comedians didn't want to be in the room with you?
no, I talked to the booker, and he said I heard you were very upset and cranky. Nobody wanted to be around you. Like, first of all, the hosts were all in a room with me. It's the middle act, I guess. Who's from? Yeah.
but he
Yes.
wait,
exactly.
I have a different theory.
No.
I don't think he's ratting. I don't think people are ratting you out. But if somebody said to me, "How was Rich?" It'd be like, listen, I wasn't around him. The guy's a pain in the ass or whatever. He might not have been doing it.
No, don't try.
No,
to,
I'm not trying to defend anybody, but I feel like I've probably said somebody was in a bad mood.
not to a booker. You've never
Maybe
said
I
that
wouldn't
to a
have
club.
thought about it in terms of like.
Of course you have. You haven't had
Listen, Rich.
What?
I agree with Bonnie. First of all, what club is it? Can you tell us?
Funny Bone, Albany.
It doesn't matter. The crowds were great. I do believe I had a lot of fun on stage. I really did have a lot of fun.
So the Funny Bone in Albany. So who do you think the bigger weasel is? The comedian who's trying to starve for his art, or the manager of a fucking club in a food court? I mean, the club manager, the kid. I agree with Bonnie. The kid probably said just like, "Oh Christ, I don't know. It seems grumpy."
Yep.
Just a passing thing.
Which, first of all, I would back that up because I was at the dojo this weekend, and all the comics were there, hanging out, and they were like, "Yeah, you're fun, man." I was like, "Why? People aren't funny?" Oh, Rich Voss is mean.
Oh, okay. That's okay. They can call me mean. I don't mind that. And that's not true. At the dojo, we're always nice.
You don't have a good rep in the green room,
Okay, well, listen, let me explain something real quick. Here's the thing. I don't mind. Also, comics are a little more thin-skinned nowadays than we.
So roll with the change.
I'm
Change
trying.
with the time.
I try to change with the time. You know, when you and I get together, sometimes we could be brutal to people, and don't act like we don't. We've teamed up, and
But who cares? But like,
So
it's not
sometimes,
about what happened before. It's what happens from now to the end of time. It's like you don't have to be like, well, we did it in the past. We must do it again.
the past is last week. Or what?
I know, but the past is the past.
Also, you have to when you're doing these gigs at these huge venues like the Funny Bone. You know, when you take that gig, you're like, all right, I'm here. If you get that call where you're like, we're light, we're gonna give tickets away. Just take the hit, and then when you get in the green room, hey, what's going on? How are you? It's show business.
First of all,
Go in there and fucking talk to these people like they're your friends.
Also, Rich, why do you even care? That place is going to be an H&M in another month. So, who cares?
hey,
I like that Joe knows all the little girl shops.
yeah,
Bad boy stuff at H&M.
yeah. Yeah, well,
Maybe little the world.
listen, I'm just being a comic. What?
But also, too, but hold on. Also, too, I don't think you were being mean. Look, I'm not kidding. I'm not just saying this. When I first met you at the Laugh House in Philly,
Yeah.
you were a fucking asshole.
Thank you.
I agree. My first time meeting you, I thought you were a fucking dickhead for 2 years.
Yes.
I said to you, I was like 3 months into comedy, and I said, Rich, it's so nice to meet you. I'm a huge fan. And you nodded and looked in the other direction. Like you fucking Elvis.
Yeah, you told me to get a cup of coffee with 2 creams and a sugar.
One cream.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you say that to Chappelle once?
Yeah, when he was 16 or 17, I said, "Give me coffee," and I saw him like 4 months ago. He goes, "Do you still want that coffee?" 40 years later, like 40 years later,
It's maybe 30 years later, but
or 30 years. Oh, sorry,
I'm just saying. You know,
whatever. 30 years later, 35.
What I'm saying is I don't think you were maybe overtly a dick. I think
No.
you probably the kid probably said it passively, like, geez, he's not a very nice guy.
No, I was talking.
Instantly enough. And then, but here's the thing, and then the club manager used it as leverage.
Yes. When it starts taking money out of your pocket, you regroup.
Forgetting that Joe was bitching about. I mean, he was bitching about.
What's that?
Hey, what the fuck, dude? What the? Everybody know he was bitching to the openers like he was us, like we're friends. Like, you know what I mean?
Bitching to him about.
No, the one. No, first of all, the one opener I've worked with before. He's a good writer. He's more than an opener. They called him the last minute to open. This guy up there, Dan Gurian or something. Funny guy. He's got good material. The middle act is from the Midwest. And I talked to him nice. I was asking about his career, his family, whatever. I talked, and yeah, I sometimes talk about the state of comedy, how I see things. They see things different. Yes, they do. We're talking comedy, Bobby. And second of all, Joe.
Want to hear the state of comedy?
No,
65-year-old guy.
67.
They're
67.
starting out their career. I remember when people used to be like, well, you can't do this and this is shitty. And I'd just be like, well, later, buddy.
No, I don't say
I
what
mean, you
can and
can't
can't
stop somebody's
do.
dream.
No, I first of all,
It's a perfect name for you, by the way. Drunk.
Joe, and be honest.
I still didn't get my point out, though.
Okay.
I think the club manager will. I just feel that club managers often will take any little negative thing.
Yes.
Yes.
And pile it into like a
So don't give them that then. Walk in, be pleasant.
I'm disagreeing. I'm just saying it
Right.
probably wasn't as bad as the guy made it.
No.
Right. But I think I've heard.
They're fucking Applebee managers. They're managers of restaurants.
Yeah, she was new. The manager was.
Fans. They're not comedy fans.
But it doesn't matter. But then knowing that, then you have a different job. It's not fun to be surly and mean if nobody thinks it's funny anyway.
Well, I wasn't trying to be
So
funny.
just change your approach.
This is what I told her.
The only thing that you can change is your own reaction to everything.
I told the booker, we had a long discussion. We worked it out yesterday. One, I didn't tell him this, but one, the guy that stands with me like everybody does while I'm selling shirts, I tipped him. Tipped the waitress very well. Tipped the cook. All right, so I take care of everything.
But that's
No.
But
well, hold on. Let me.
What do you think? It's fucking the 40s?
And then look.
he tips the cook.
Yes, you tipped the cook. They cooked me free food. Yeah, you don't tip the cook at the clubs?
No.
All the time.
Wow, that was good.
But I think he brings his own things for them to cook.
French fry machine is the cook.
No. Also, too,
I've seen him bring his own food
not
for
here.
them to cook.
Not here because they had Beyond Burgers. And they were good. So, my main.
Did you call him chef?
Oh my God. Hey, chef.
By the way, when he says tip him, he like flips him a quarter.
Yeah. Good. I'll battle all three of you. One, I'm not battling.
Nobody thinks you're a bad person.
I know I'm not a bad person.
I know you're defending your character right now, but
Yes.
this has been from the beginning of time. I made a documentary once about how when every single person who ever met you tells the story about meeting you, they're like, he was a piece of shit.
No, an ass, not a piece of shit. There's a difference.
Okay, whatever. He was an asshole to me. Every single person that you know has that story.
Well, that's who I am.
I know, but it's like
But in
you
the
don't
long run.
have to be that person
Uh,
in a
man.
green room. Listen, at the stand, they go, "Oh God, well, Rich is in a bad mood." They like run from you. It's
Good.
like, why do you
Good.
want
I don't
that?
want to sit around with a bunch of
But
fucking.
why do you want that? Why would if you're
me.
gonna be there, have a good time?
I do have a good time making fun of them. I have a better time. Second of all,
Do you
and
see
like
what
I
I'm
said,
dealing with?
No. Second of
That's
all,
what the new podcast is going to be called. Do you see what I'm dealing with?
oh, that's a good name.
Now, Rich.
What? But wait, Joe, listen to me. And you're one of my favorite people, and I think one of the funniest comics going. But don't think I haven't heard from other clubs or this and that you could be miserable too. You could be miserable too on the road and not happy. Is that true or not true?
Yeah, compliment me to then tell me, well, start talking about me.
No, I wanted it, with the compliments gets you to listen. Gets you to listen before I swoop in and tell you what a scumbag you are too.
The point is,
No.
The point is this.
What?
When you agree to do a room,
Yes.
those clubs are a certain type of club.
Yes.
When you're like, all right, I'll do these. You have to accept the fact that, all right, all the shows probably are going to be sold out. They're probably going to come to me and say, I'm going to give tickets away.
Well, they don't.
And
I know they're
it's
gonna.
be a check spot. A lot of people there are not going to be there to see me. They're just going to be there for a fucking free show.
Yes.
And you got to roll with that.
And yet-
I mean, if not, you got to play the other club in the town that's smaller that you know you can sell out, and it'll be your fans.
Listen,
You made a choice to play that. You know that place.
I know that.
Is.
and it was good money,
It was good.
and it was a good time. So you could just focus on the two things that were
Look,
good.
the week before, I did a small club, which I love. You guys should do it. It's
Can I ask you a question? Do
Yeah.
you think when the guy booked you that he didn't want you to sell out every show?
they know.
Definitely didn't want him to.
Stop, Bob.
No, I'm not saying that to be
Oh.
funny. They don't want you to sell out. They don't want that. They hope that you don't.
Why?
It's better because then they don't have to bonus you and they still make money hand over fist.
And-
fucking drinks and everything else.
And you can't ask for more money next time you go in. Look,
I honestly don't think a club like a chain club. I do not think a chain club wants you to sell out. I really don't.
well, here's the thing. 2 weeks ago or last week, I don't remember. Maybe 2 weeks ago.
This is something that you've never done, boss. Ready?
What?
Joe, I stand corrected.
I do. No.
I disagree with Joe. I really can't. I mean, maybe there's some win-win in it to them, but they still want everyone to. They want to have the coolest fucking place on the planet.
Bonnie, speaking from the three people that have sold out rooms in the little chat here right now.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm just a neutral observer.
Look, 2 weeks.
Saying is, no, he does make a point because if I sell out every show, they're cutting me a check for fucking, 30 grand.
I get it, but they've also made enough money to cut you that check. They've made more than enough money to cut you that check. They might not want to do the work to have a sellout. That's fair.
Yeah, Joe, she's right. You know what? Fuck you, Joe.
I could go either way on this.
Oh, we're not talking about sex.
I gotta go. I love you guys.
Why? Where you going?
I gotta go too.
Because he's going to go tell his friends Voss is mean. I didn't want to be around him.
Yeah.
Wait.
I gotta go too.
Wait.
Listen, boss.
What?
Boss.
What? Mister? What?
You're who you are.
Yes.
You're not gonna change.
No.
But who he is also a charming, funny individual. He could play that side of his personality.
You need to start working the other clubs. You need to start working the clubs.
He'll be the same there. He'll find reasons to hate it there.
No.
That's when you put
First
in
of
your
all,
personality where you are is
Can
where
somebody
you are.
let me talk? 2 weeks
No,
ago,
I didn't say anything this whole fucking conversation.
You choose to work those clubs. You know you have to choose to take
Yes.
all the stuff that comes with that.
Yes.
They're not going to change. They can't. It's the way they make their money is the way it is. So you just got to take the hit.
Well, I
Go
listen.
in and be like, all right, this is what it is.
On
Bring your expectations down and just go do the room and have fun.
I do.
Make your money, and that's it. I mean, the guy who owns it, I know the guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good. He's a,
That's just the way it is, man.
no on stage. I had as much fun on stage as I've had, in the last couple of months. It was great. The audience was great.
There you go.
They and I sold.
If you did that without fucking getting all worked up about it.
I wasn't worked up.
Without having the negative side of it.
I wasn't that worked up. I wasn't that worked up.
Well, you were enough that it came back and
Club guy, the owner called you.
it affected
No,
you.
the owner didn't call me. I told him to call me.
You got brought into the room by the principal.
No, you did. He did.
No. First of all, 2 weeks ago, I worked in the greatest time I had. It was an 80-seat room, sold out every show.
So you
They're
only
great.
have one thing to fix, which is just your response to things. That's it.
This weekend,
You got,
what?
you just got to realize, boss, that these rooms, these big
Yeah.
ass rooms like that function like a restaurant, they are what they are.
Yes.
You just got to take the good out of it.
And the fact that they're like, look, we're gonna give tickets away. We want to pack.
I don't mind that.
Take that as a positive.
I don't mind that.
Okay, sorry I didn't sell out.
I don't mind.
You're both trying to sell tickets.
Yes.
You're both trying to get people in the room, and that's it. And you had a great time. And
Yes.
That's it.
No.
Just say, fuck it, dude. You're not. It sucks that you don't. I would love to put a show on sale and be like, they're all sold out. And because there's people in our business that do that.
Yes.
It's frustrating. Like, I know you're one of the funniest guys out there, and everybody knows that you kill. And it's like, that doesn't matter. The fastest horse doesn't win the race, dude.
Well, that's actually not true. I don't know where that metaphor came from, but
Well, the metaphor is that anything could happen in the race.
Yes.
I mean, it's
the fastest whore doesn't always win the race. That one I'll accept.
Look.
I'm saying that, like, look, dude, you don't know what the fuck it is.
No, I get it. We worked everything out. I talked with him. I get it. And I haven't worked those rooms in years. When I worked that room last time, I made my 5th album there. That's how much I like the audience.
We know that.
I like the
Told us
audience.
that.
No,
No,
I didn't say
right.
that.
But that's the thing is like when this is the thing you're not saying. Oh, I'll work on my response to things. You keep saying stuff we've already heard you say, but you won't say the one thing that you need to do.
Bobby, I got a question for you. I think I noticed this, but maybe I'm wrong. If your hair grew in, would it be gray? Oh, he hung up already? He hung up. Well, that was a good podcast. I like when Joe calls in and Bobby. But here's the thing. I admitted I was wrong this weekend. Also, too, it's exaggerated because maybe the comic says something like, oh, I don't want to go in there now or whatever. I talked
It
with that
doesn't matter if it's real.
I talked with that comic about nice things.
You keep saying the same things over and over.
Okay, well, you don't know.
I know,
anything
but
could
the
be.
thing is that it's not just about this one incident. It's
No.
taking everything as a collective and going, oh, maybe because when I said the thing about the stand, you're like, fuck them, I don't care, but you do care. It does matter. It makes a difference, and you're a fun, nice, charming individual. So just be that. Lean into that side of things. The comedy cellar table days are gone. It's over.
That's not true.
I mean, you guys get together on your own and do it. I don't know, but it really is different. It's like I said to one guy one thing one time, and he like started crying.
No.
Yes, I told you this. He came upstairs and I said, how was it? He goes, I had fun. And I said, well, that's not the metrics we use around here. And everybody laughed. And then.
You never told me this. Go ahead. What happened?
Yes. And then he had some kind of a meltdown, which I didn't even know about. And then he told someone else that I know that I was really mean and how could I be that way? And then I saw him, this is months later, and I was just fucking busting his balls again. I go, I heard you're talking shit about me.
Oh, I know who.
And then he was like, he started flipping out again. He goes, I would never do that. The person's lying. I would never do that. And I was like, he was about to go on. I go, I was just kidding. Go, do your set. Like, don't worry about it. Then I go upstairs and I'm sitting at the table upstairs. And then he comes up after a set and starts like, he's tearing up. He's like, I would never talk shit about you. He goes, you have power over me here. I was like, I don't have any power over you. I'm not even serious about any of it. And anyway, he has this kind of in front of everyone at the table. It's very awkward. And then later, I go, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, I was just joking. Both times I didn't think it was serious. Then he's over at the bar. He's eating by himself, looking very sad. I go over and talk to him. He started crying. I gave him a hug. I was like, hey, we're all family here, It was like...
That screwed up because he was going to take me to a nice golf course, and that fucked up for me.
He's a very nice guy. I don't know why that hit him in such a way. It did seem, I guess, in his mind like I was bullying him because everybody laughed after I said it.
Oh.
It feels like that's how comedy used to work. It doesn't anymore. People still bring that up as how mean I am, So it's like I don't do it anymore. When I make a joke,
funny at times. To be funny, you are. At times.
I do, but I really definitely try to make sure that everybody knows that I like them and I'm not just being mean.
And the person that said I'm a curmudgeon, and I know who it was because he says it to me. He came and goes, "Oh, you were depressed or mean or whatever last week," and I go, "Yeah, I had shit going on or whatever." I know who it is, and I like him, and he's fun. But he's like a little gossiper, Rona Barrett, So I go down into that dressing room, and I usually have a good time in the stand dressing room. I'll talk with if what's his name is there. I love talking with him. Why can't I think of his name? Chris handles him. Spanish. Whatever.
Is it Vlad?
Yeah, Vlad. I couldn't think of his name. Vlad. We'll talk forever about serious stuff too, and family and house and whatever. We had a really serious conversation last time, so I'll have fun with everybody down there, But sometimes, like people go to work, and you might. If you have a day job, you don't go every day happy and da-da-da.
You don't have to work 8 hours. You're there for a very short amount of time.
Okay, let's say a musician or anybody,
but even still,
life is life. If you're living life on life's terms.
If you're at a job where you're,
No, I'm not on stage. I don't bring it on stage. So say off
but
stage.
it's like your coworker, whatever. I'm not going to argue with you about it.
Yes.
Be whoever you want. Take the consequences as you will,
and
live your life the way you want to. A lot of times I'll say to you here around the house, are you in a bad mood? No, I'm not in a bad mood. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm not in a bad mood. You think I'm in a bad mood?
I know, but you're...
I'm not in a bad mood.
I know, but shouldn't that be a tip off? Like, oh, I'm not showing that I'm not in a bad mood.
All right. Well,
Like, I start to think sometimes, I know it's just too late in the podcast, but that you have depression and you don't want to deal with it.
I don't have depression. I have pain. I have serious pain, which I'm going back to the doctor. Thank God. The first appointment is in the middle of December. And I'm like, and this is not, it's old age. It happens. I had major back pain and then I got cortisone. And luckily, knock on wood, I haven't had that pain. I had knee pain, but I stopped doing that inversion table, which I think gave me, and I got cortisone in my knees. The shoulder pain, I wake up every day going, oh, shit. And it comes and goes. And it's from old age and your body, I'm very active. You're very active. We work out and things happen. So physical pain where I can't bury it with alcohol or painkillers is not always easy to deal with. You're not always happy when you're in pain, and luckily I have 12-step programs to go to keep me from doing those painkillers or taking ibuprofen nonstop. I do put BioFreeze on it, but it's, and there's certain exercises I don't do anymore. So yeah, sometimes I am not happy, but I'm not in a bad mood. I'm in a painful mood at times. And this isn't excuses. When it comes to work, I try to be as professional as I can, especially on the road. But sometimes circumstances lead to.
But we just heard 3 instances. That's why I'm saying.
No, not 3 instances.
The dojo, the
no, Bobby was kidding about those comics all at the dojo. We all know. They all know who we are, what we are.
Do you think he was lying?
Yes, he was kidding because someone probably said something funny to him. And yes, because there's never a problem at the dojo. I'm so respectful of that place and the owner and doing the shows there. So that's Bobby just fucking with me. And the other example, yes, was over the weekend. And there were circumstances, and a lot of it's exaggerated. I'm not perfect. I am who I am. But 9 out of 10 times when I'm working, I'm as professional. I don't hit on waitresses. I don't hit on that person.
Why would you say that? I don't shit on the floor.
No, I don't drink. I don't
hit on wait. I'm your wife.
Oh.
What the fuck? Does that make any sense?
No, I'm just saying how comics go in and
that's so great. That means you just don't know what's going on. I'm completely blown away. That would be something. Well, good. What a great guy. What a great guy. I don't hit on weight. No,
okay,
stop.
I don't drink. You're taking it the wrong way. No. You're taking it the wrong way. Comics go in there.
Who says that to their wife? Who says that to their wife? I'm a good guy. I don't hit on waitresses.
I go in the clubs.
It didn't cross my mind. It never crossed my mind. That's like saying I don't shit in hot tubs. It's so bizarre.
I don't even use hot tubs.
It's such a fucking weird thing to say.
Well, I don't
take my clothes off and run around the showroom. I don't do heroin and drop down from the rafters. It's
okay. So maybe I should have said. I'm just saying the things that
if that's scraping the bottom of the barrel. If that's like the good points of you.
No. I said I'm professional. I don't drink. I tip. I'm funny on stage. So
I don't hit on the waitresses. But you didn't just say that. I don't hit on the waitresses. And then another one with the waitresses.
No, that was the only one.
You said one.
No.
I roll back the film. I think you said, I don't hit on the waitresses. I'd already started being like, what the fuck? And then you said, like, I don't make out with the waitresses. Or
I didn't say I don't make out.
Well, whatever it was, the second thing.
No, I didn't say I don't make out with them. What the fuck? I'm just saying.
I never touch their breasts.
What else?
That is
how's that insane? That's what single comics go on the road.
You're not a single comic. You're doing a podcast.
What I'm saying
with your wife. this is one of the problems I have with you. You do not think about what you're saying. You just let words roll, and it comes back to fucking haunt you. Then you got to let words roll again to defend yourself. Then you got to let words roll again to defend that you're defending yourself. And it's a never-ending cycle. Why don't you just think about what you're fucking saying?
Okay, I don't drink. I'm funny on stage.
Okay, we get it. Gee, you're really going to go back to that?
You don't see comics.
I am sorry. That was weird. I don't know why that came out of my mouth. God, I'm a crazy individual. These are things I will accept now.
Okay. I'm sorry if I upset you. I didn't mean to.
It's not yet. Listen, there's no upsetting me in a way of I just think every day something happens where I go, there's something wrong with him. There's literally something wrong with him. Like there's no, you will not change. This is how little that you'll change. You won't.
I do all the time.
I've accepted.
I change a lot.
But every time I accept who you are, another thing, I don't hit on waitresses. Oh, well, let's give them some points for that.
Do that one more time.
It's true. That's where I go, well, everything else that I say that comes out of my mouth, it means if that's where your brain is at, it's like literally being starved underwater. I don't know where. First of all, you didn't
let me finish. I was just saying how some comics
and now defend it. Now we defend it.
No, well, you don't. You're
that's not what you were saying. You said I don't.
Yeah, the things I don't do that comics do. That is not
then
professional. That's not professional. You even said to me, don't even talk to female comics. Now, you've said stuff like...
I never said don't talk to female comics.
Don't joke with them. You said don't joke with them.
Don't do sexual jokes with them. I did say that. And I said, don't go have dinner late at night with a single fucking woman like you did. And then you gave one a ride home.
That was
and
15
I happened to know
years
her.
ago.
Okay, well, whatever. When you told me the story, I said, oh, geez, don't do that again. That's not smart.
Yeah, well, she was crazy.
So don't turn it into like that's somehow equivalent to I don't hit on waitresses.
Well, okay.
Listen, keep going. My concern is not that you hit on waitresses. I don't think that you do. My concern is that you put that in a list of things that you're supposed to get credit for. That's my concern. But go ahead. Let's finish up this podcast. Another great one for the books.
This weekend, I'll be at Kimmel's Comedy Club in Las Vegas. And the end of the month, Friday night only, Hartford Funny Bone. And TIFF's coming up and whatever. Go to richfoss.com. You're at TIFF's like soon, aren't you?
I'm at the dojo on December 20th. I have a show, I think it's next Wednesday, December 4th at Williamsburg Comedy Club, 9 p.m. So
what, you're doing a whole hour?
I don't know exactly. I think I'm doing more time than normal.
Oh, that's good.
But it's a good show because Judah Freelander's also on it and Karen Feehan's also on it.
Well, that's a lot of crowd work comics on one show, but they're all funny. Well, no, Karen doesn't do crowd work, does she?
She does. She's very good at it.
I like her new material.
But it doesn't matter. I'm going to do material.
All right. Well, listen, it was a pleasure. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Well, this will come out after Thanksgiving. Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. We're going to do me, Bonnie, and Raina. And
for Thanksgiving.
For Thanksgiving. All right. Well.
Peace out.
Peace out.
My Wife Hates Me podcast, hosted and created by Rich Voss and Bonnie McFarlane, produced by Nick Collette. Find us wherever you get your podcasts.
This jackass Jew. Some people say that opposites attract, but this seems more like a suicide pact. He's totally sober, she's not that drunk. He's really old and she's got some spunk. He's totally holy as an asinine bomb, and she's just a little less dumb. She really hates him, it's really true. But somewhere deep down, she loves him too.